Two titans are about to go head-to-head in what will be the most savage battle you've never seen. One is a human and the other is a Kong, but both have one thing in common. They possess the strength of 10 men. This will be a battle for the ages. So make sure to watch till the very end. You don't want to miss this. Before we get started, don't forget to like and subscribe so you won't miss any new videos. But for now, let's go back to the battle. Who is King Kong? King Kong is one of the most famous giant apes in cinematic history. He first appeared in the movie King Kong in 1933. In that movie, a film crew goes to a mysterious island where they find a gigantic ape named King Kong. Kong falls in love with a female from the crew and becomes a star attraction at a theater in New York City after being captured by humans. But Kong eventually breaks free and climbs the Empire State Building where he battles with airplanes and is ultimately killed. Since then, there have been many sequels, remakes, and spin-offs in the King Kong franchise. Kong has also appeared in other media such as comics, video games, and novels. He has become an iconic monster movie character and is considered one of the greatest movie monsters of all time. If you ask me, King Kong is a real legend. In the movie King Kong vs. Godzilla, King Kong was brought to Hollow Earth where he encounters Godzilla for the first time. They fight each other fiercely, destroying the entire city in the process. The two keep fighting until Kong manages to defeat Godzilla and become the king of the monsters. Kong's size varies depending on the movie. In the original 1933 film, he is about 18 meters tall. However, in later movies, his height has increased significantly. In Peter Jackson's 2005 version, Kong measures around 30 meters tall. And in the 2021 film Godzilla vs. Kong, the massive ape stands at over 100 meters tall, making him even bigger than Godzilla. So who exactly is Lion Man? Lion Man is a character that first appeared in Marvel Comics. His real name is Jonathan Gay, and he is known for his incredible strength, stamina, durability, and ferocity in battle. When Lion Man transforms into his lion form, he gains superhuman abilities and appears as a muscular humanoid with the head and paws of a lion. He can move at superhuman speeds and possesses retractable claws, razor-sharp teeth, and the ability to leap great distances. Lion Man also has heightened senses and agility as well as regenerative healing powers. His origin story dates back to ancient Egypt, where he was a member of an order of warrior monks tasked with protecting the secrets of a mystical amulet known as the Amulet of Khonshu. The amulet gave its wearer superhuman abilities and transformed them into Lion Man. As I already mentioned, Lion Man is almost as strong as King Kong. Both of them have fought side by side in some battles, but sometimes their strength gets out of hand and they end up causing a lot of destruction. For example, in one comic book issue called Savage Land, Part 4, Lion Man and King Kong were fighting against the evil warlord known as Kulan Gath. The three of them were in the middle of a jungle, and suddenly the ground began to shake. Kong roared angrily as he slammed his fist into the ground. Trees were uprooted as the powerful apes and feline warriors continued their fierce battle. With every strike, the earth trembled beneath their feet. Suddenly, Lion Man leapt into the air and landed on top of Kong's head. He raked his claws across the ape's face, drawing blood. Kong howled in pain and anger and shook his head violently, trying to dislodge his attacker. But Lion Man held on tight, his teeth bared in a snarl. Just when it seemed like Lion Man had the upper hand, Kulan Gath intervened. He unleashed a blast of dark energy at Lion Man, knocking him off Kong's head and sending him crashing through the trees. The force of the impact knocked the breath out of Lion Man's lungs, and he lay on the ground, dazed and injured. Seeing his opportunity, Kangath approached Lion Man and raised his weapon to deliver the final blow. But before he could strike, Kong intervened. The giant ape charged towards Kangath, his fists clenched and ready to fight. Kong's intervention gave Lion Man the chance to recover. As the two warriors battled, Lion Man took the opportunity to heal his wounds and prepare for his next attack. And that's exactly what happens in the comics. But today, I will tell you what happens when Lion Man fights King Kong in a one-on-one battle. Let the facts speak. Our story begins in the heart of New York City, where a large theater is being constructed. It is rumored that the theater will serve as a new home for Kong, who has been captured once again by humans. The news of the theater's construction reaches Lion Man, who becomes furious upon hearing this. He decides to take action and stop Kong from being caged yet again. Lion Man leaps onto the construction site and confronts the humans working there. They are shocked to see the ferocious beast and try to flee, but it's too late. Lion Man attacks them and demands that they tell him where Kong is being kept. The humans are terrified, and one of them eventually reveals that Kong is locked up in a soundproof steel cage on the top floor of the theater. Lion Man roars in anger and begins his assault on the building, smashing through concrete and steel as if it were made of paper. He quickly reaches the top floor and finds Kong inside the cage. Kong is enormous and incredibly strong, but he seems bored and somewhat calm. He watches as Lion Man approaches and taunts him, challenging him to come closer. Lion Man accepts the challenge and charges at Kong, unleashing a barrage of punches and kicks. Kong dodges some of the attacks, but others connect and send him crashing into the cage. The cage is dented, but it holds and Kong remains trapped. Lion Man continues to attack, but Kong retaliates with his own assault. He slams his fists into Lion Man's chest, sending him flying through the air. Lion Man lands heavily on the ground, but he quickly gets back to his feet and returns to the attack. The battle between Lion Man and Kong continues, and neither of them is able to gain an advantage. They exchange blows and both are badly hurt. However, Lion Man refuses to give up. He knows that Kong belongs in the wild and that keeping him in captivity is wrong. Lion Man's determination pays off when he manages to land a critical blow. He jumps up and delivers a powerful kick to Kong's head, stunning the giant ape. Lion Man takes advantage of the opening and begins to claw at Kong's face and chest, inflicting deep wounds. Kong roars in pain and tries to shake Lion Man off, but it's no use. The damage is done. Kong collapses to the ground, mortally wounded. Lion Man stands over the fallen ape and lets out a victorious roar. He has won the battle, but his victory is bittersweet. He had to kill Kong to free him from captivity, and he is now responsible for the giant ape's soul. Lion Man gathers Kong's remains and performs an ancient ritual that allows him to transfer the ape's soul to a new body. He then brings Kong back to life, and the two animals become friends. But wait, there's more! Humans arrive at the scene and are shocked to find Kong alive and well. They try to capture the giant ape again, but Lion Man defends him and leads him away to safety. The two animals escape into the jungle, where they live out the rest of their days in peace. We hope you enjoyed this intense battle between Lion Man and King Kong. Who do you think would win in a real fight? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to like and share the video with your friends. Thanks for watching. See you next time.